Coming up, what started off so beautiful as a Christmas tree lighting in the beautiful city of Chicago has turned terrible when these group of niggas showed up. You know what I'm saying? It's always these teenage niggas out here that supposed to be locked up, came down, threatened everybody's life. A total of 6 people was shot, which is ridiculous. We can't even go to a Christmas tree lighting without this bull crap going on. Look at them running all over the streets of downtown Chicago, making it look ran down like they do their neighborhoods and every other place else. I don't know what's going on, but these parents need to take their belt off and start making whippings great again. Now look at the city of Chicago police already down. Man, coming up right now. Chicago. Say it ain't so, man. Chicago is just going downhill, man. Y'all super in debt. Y'all got the migrants and the Latin Kings beefing with the ICE, Border Patrol. Your mayor is, y'all got the worst mayor in the whole state, in the whole country. Black on black violence is at an all-time high. All the kids killing each other. The school board is stealing all the money after school, taking trips and supporting their lifestyles. The people taxes on their home shot up all the way through the roof. It's total chaos in Chicago. Chicago is another place where I don't have to go there. I'm straight. So yesterday they had the Christmas tree lighting thing in a lot of different states. And of course, Chicago, you got 6 people shot. And it's just sad, man. It's just sad. So let me get to the news story to put y'all hip to what's going on.
News from CBS News Chicago.
Good evening. I'm Joe Donlin, live in the CBS News Chicago Broadcast Center. Want to update you on what has been a chaotic evening in the Loop. 2 shootings, one at the signature location of downtown, that is State and Randolph, right at the Chicago Theater. At least 6 people have been shot. One of them was a mass shooting. Shortly after that shooting, there was another shooting nearby at Adams and Dearborn. Let's get right to our Charlie DeMar. He is live at the scene of that first shooting, State and Randolph. Charlie, what is the latest?
Yeah, Joe, you mentioned it. We are in the backdrop of the Chicago Theater right behind me. The scene has quieted down since we last checked in throughout the 10 o'clock hour, but this was the first shooting here. A CPD spokesperson tells me at least 6 people were shot between at least 2 different shooting scenes. We saw at least 4 people being treated by first responders here at Randolph and State, loaded into ambulances and taken away from here. While we were out here, there was another shooting scene that happened just blocks from where we are now. Alderman Brian Hopkins tweeted out just a few moments ago. He says that one of these victims, that there's at least one person with critical injuries with life-threatening gunshot wound to the torso. Multiple police officers attacked tonight and injured, maced, attacked with stun guns, and at least one police officer has been hospitalized tonight. Again, we saw just victim after victim here. We saw at least 4 from this scene. A Chicago police spokesperson confirming to us at least 6 people. He said to me, 6 people and counting.
At a Chicago Christmas tree lighting, we got all this going on, bro. That's why when people always say, when was America great? Dog. That's what, dog. I remember when we used to go to Thanksgiving parades and Christmas tree lightings and nothing would happen, bro. Everybody have a good time. Everybody got a smile on their face. Bro, we living in a time where it's just terrible. It's sad that you can't literally go nowhere. You can't go nowhere. You have to chill with your immediate family and do your own thing at y'all crib. Y'all got to make y'all crib fun, and just certain relatives that got God in their house fun. Like, we have to go back to that. Like, you can't be out here. Cause what about the people that was out here with their kids totally innocent? Y'all got 6 people shot. Just come on, man. At a Christmas tree lighting.
Uh, as this is still a very chaotic scene right in the Loop. There were thousands of people here tonight between the tree lighting, the Chris Kindle Market. This was the start of the holiday season. We are on State Street. You can see the trumpets on Macy's, the windows here. This is iconic Chicago in the holidays, marred, overshadowed, unfortunately, by this mass shooting in the Loop tonight. Chicago police, they are obviously still out here, still trying to gather details from looking at the victims who were loaded into these ambulances. These are young people. These were teenagers. We have seen Chicago police officers after the shooting telling some of these young kids who are still down here to go home. The night is over. There is no reason for them to be here unaccompanied. Joe, that's what we've gathered so far.
Teenagers. Where are the parents, man? It's this many kids out here who parents don't know what they doing or nothing. That's what y'all saying. These are kids, 16, 17 teenagers. To the point where the police got to tell you to go home. What's up with the parents, man? I don't understand this.
And of course, still a lot more to come tonight.
Charlie, a couple of points here for our viewers who are watching this. This afternoon, you and I had talked about the possibility of a lot of chatter online that there might be some of these sort of teen takeovers, if you will, tonight. When we hear these and there's this much chatter about it, typically they don't happen. But tonight, there was concern, at least even at the tree lighting earlier tonight. City officials were aware of this online chatter. Is there any indication that what's happened tonight led from what we all thought might be a possibility tonight?
Yeah, over the years, these teen takeovers have been an issue, have been a focal point for Chicago police. Social media was filled with young teenagers saying they were planning on coming down to Millennium Park. So if I know it, if we know it, if the media knows it, that kids are planning on it, certainly Chicago police investigators who spend a lot of time on social media, they were aware of it and presumably prepared for a large influx of young people. But just walking downtown, you could tell, there were a lot of people here, a lot of young people here unaccompanied. Teens, people who looked under the age of 18, without adults, without supervision. And yes, usually when they are telegraphed, when there is a lot of chatter, then police will ramp up their patrols. They'll be vocal about it before it happens. And a lot of times that does deter something from happening. Those teen takeovers won't happen. A lot of times these events happen out of the blue, that no one is prepared. We've seen.
I don't even understand how this is
usually when it goes from winter.
How this even a such thing as a teen takeover? How? The parents. It goes back to the parents. Dude, like, what is we doing? We just having kids and just pushing them outside.
To the warmer months, that Chicago police, for a lack of a better word, they've been questioned or criticized for being caught flat-footed when there are a large
My stream kind of tripping today, man. Please excuse it.
Influx, but that wasn't tonight. There was a huge show of force here downtown tonight. Chicago police were
Got to get that fixed.
For people, for families, and for the possibility of young people downtown. This is not something new. This is not something novel just this year for the tree lighting. We have asked the mayor this before. We've asked Superintendent Snelling and other superintendents of the Chicago Police Department what plans are ahead of large gatherings like this when there has been instances of, unfortunately, violence or large groups of young people who make it, unfortunately, unsafe for the majority of the people who came here to have a good night with their families, to see the tree Millennium Park, to go get some mulled wine, some candied nuts at Christkindl Market, look at the windows, enjoy Christmas. Unfortunately, the Loop is covered in crime scene tape. It really is hard to see,
Sad, man.
hard to fathom that just the juxtaposition of the joy of the holiday with flashing police lights, crime scene tape right here in the Loop.
Yeah, it really has been a festive and enjoyable evening up until this point. But Charlie, I have to say that it was bubbling up even earlier when I left the tree lighting ceremony at about 8 o'clock tonight. There were undercover security who said to me, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Back to the studio." And they said, "Not now. No. This is we'll give you an escort." So at that point, it was bubbling up, and I saw a lot of the teens you're talking about who were by themselves. But I do bring that up because you saw a lot of the folks who have been injured, and you thought, at least from your eye, they were young. Some of these victims were young. Let's set up and go back because this started right before 10 o'clock, right as our newscast went on the air. When you got there, you saw two victims on the street, but that was just the beginning, right? Because there were at least 2 more ambulances and maybe even 3 that came over the next 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was noticeable right here in front of the Walgreens, right at the corner. That's where they were working on one victim right when we got here. And then a little further down, that's where a second victim was. There's an entrance to the State Street Red Line that goes down right there. That's where we saw 2 just from where we are.
Dog, look at all those. Dog, y'all see the amount of bullets on the floor? Y'all see all those markings on the floor? Those bullets.
First few moments of the scene, but
look at
we
this.
kept seeing paramedics bringing out victims in wheelchairs, then transferred to stretchers, and then worked on in those ambulances. And at least 4 people here. Again, that spokesperson with the Chicago Police Department says a minimum of 6, and that number could rise. That is just what they have at this moment.
So they just got 6 at the moment.
The victims, rather, a Chicago police officer, at least one Chicago police officer, according to Alderman Brian Hopkins, is being treated for injuries tonight. So this was chaotic. We have seen fights. To your point, our crew did see a number of fights throughout the Loop before the shooting happened. So there was a lot of people, obviously, Chicago Police Department doing their best to keep things under control. But there was a lot of people here. There was a lot of elements, a lot of the potential was there for something to happen.
Charlie,
Joe.
one more quick question before I let you go. Any idea if police are planning a news conference tonight?
Unclear. I spoke with a spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department about a half hour ago. That's when we were here at this scene, again, right by the Walgreens at Randolph and State. As we were here, I had a conversation with him trying to get some preliminary information. We were talking, and as that happened, there was another shooting that broke out just down the street on Dearborn here, Dearborn and about Adams.
My God,
and
man.
I asked him, do you think you're going to be speaking tonight? He didn't have clarity on whether or not the Chicago Police Department brass, whether that is Superintendent Larry Snelling or another white shirt, another supervisor, would give an update once they have this under control. But it is going to take some time for Chicago police to understand what they're dealing with before they can give clarity to what happened tonight.
No doubt. A lot of pieces to put together. Charlie, thank you very much live for us at State and Randolph. Speaking of that second shooting, let's go now to that location. Adams and Dearborn. Our Noel Brennan is there. And Noel, I understand 2 ambulances have just passed behind you there.
Yeah, a lot of activity, Joe, in the past couple minutes. You mentioned those ambulances. You see Chicago Police Department vehicles pulling in behind me. Officers have been milling around.
Beautiful
here.
buildings, bro.
Has been
That's like, the world is beautiful. It's the people. Look how beautiful those buildings is that they showing. It's the people. The people down there shooting. The people down there making the city look bad. Chicago is beautiful. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Off with yellow police tape. There's some red police
Why you
tape
got
as well.
crime scene
Looks
tape
like
in front of a
there's
building like
some
that, bro?
clothing that has been left in the middle of Dearborn.
It's
We
crazy.
don't have the number of victims in the shooting. We don't know injuries at this point. Still trying to gather some information here at the scene. A few minutes ago, I did speak to some young women who told me they were on their way to get a pizza out here about 45 minutes ago, and they saw a large group of young people. They said about 50 or so young people, and there was a large fight that was happening right in this area. And they said that there was a teenage boy who was being beaten up in the street. They saw that happening as they were going to go get some food. By the time they got their food and got back to this location, they told me they saw all of the police tape out here, all of the officers out and about, and didn't know that there had been a shooting, but they were not surprised to hear that that was the case after witnessing the large fight happening at this location. So they believe that what they saw might have been connected to the police response here and the shooting that we're hearing about, but certainly not the end to the night that we were all anticipating and hoping for, the start of festive holiday season with the Christmas tree lighting and Kindle Market opening up. I was, Joe, doing a live shot at the top of the 10 o'clock newscast when that first shooting happened, and police cars streaming by the lobby.
It's
of
all
our
black
station.
people.
And then not too long after that, of course, the shooting happened out here. So just getting out here to the scene, trying to gather some more information about how many people might have been shot. And as soon as we learn that info, we'll, of course, pass it along to you guys.
All right. Noel Brennan, thank you, live at Adams and Dearborn, the site of the second shooting tonight. And again, everything we have at this point is just what we've put together from a brief conversation with a CPD spokesperson, that coming from Charlie DeMar. But we can tell you at least 6 people have been shot in the Loop tonight. One mass shooting at State and Randolph. As we've said, the signature intersection of the Loop, right there by the Chicago Theater. It appears that at least 4, maybe 5 were shot in that first incident at State and Randolph. And so that would mean that at least 1, possibly 2, were shot at this second location at Adams and Dearborn. And I can tell you too, just again, anecdotally from some of our workers here and the employees at CBS News Chicago, one of our producers had family in the area of that second shooting. They came through the newsroom just a short time ago and said that they had heard 3 gunshots in that area, and that's when they took off and saw everyone else running as well. So,
see what I'm saying, man? It's like people putting it's in these kids that's doing this, in everybody life in jeopardy, and it's mainly the black community. It's mainly us. We out here shooting everywhere, just shooting. Teenagers, parents, you got to remember, your kids don't got no rights. It's you. You are the king of the house. You have to put down law, order, and structure. I'm telling you, like, stop popping these kids out. Y'all popping kids out of wedlock, ain't getting married, daddy's not around, no discipline, but want to buy them Gucci and Balenci's and all. Like, man, our priorities is messed up, man. Priorities is messed up in our culture. Guarantee. I can't wait till these pictures come out of these suspects. We're going to stay on top of this story too, man. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let's grow together mentally, spiritually, all that. You feel me? Tap in with me, man. I'm out.